It's been a while since I've done a video, and probably because things have been really rough. Um, I started going to a pain management specialist, and he proceeded to over medicate me to the point that I was just numb and sleeping all the time, and I got dehydrated. And the medication that he had me on, which was morphine and oxycodone, built up in my kidneys. And in March, I got really sick, couldn't stay awake for any reason, and that went on for over a week. And I just passed out one day, and fortunately, someone called me, and I was really close to the phone because I was fighting really hard to come back. The times that I've passed out, I've really fought really hard to get back out of it and get up and not give into it. And all I said was I fell, and it was my aunt. She had a key to it has a key to my house, and she called her friend that works with the EMTs instead of calling 911, and rushed over here, which she's like 10 minutes away, and met the ambulance here, and they took me to the emergency room, and I was almost dead from kidney failure. Yeah, I'm not seeing that doctor anymore. In fact, I did have to see him one more time to make sure I had. I was waiting for my referral to a new doctor, and I had to see the guy one more time and keep my mouth shut about everything to get medication to last me for a month because the pain is so bad from fibromyalgia and other things going on, like, you know, in my spine, the degeneration in my discs and arthritis and all the stuff that old people should have, not someone who's 43. Um, and he read the medical records and see when I was in the hospital, he was getting all the blame. And I'm sure that in the medical records, it is cited that it was his fault because he came back extremely pissed off, defensive, insulting me, accusing me of things. He accused me of abusing my medication and taking too much, and that's what caused it. What the joke on him is I was taking less, trying not to be in such a stupor. So, anyway, and his punishment was to cut the medication down so low that it was useless, and change the reason for why he was prescribing it to me so Medicaid wouldn't cover it. He was extremely unprofessional, extremely disrespectful, and I would like to punch him, but I'm not necessarily violent. I may make threats of violence, but I'm not a violent person in general. I don't hit people. I don't slap people. I just think it and say I just want to slap them upside the head or something. Um, I see a new doctor on May 1st at pain specialist, and um, I'm going in and telling him straight up, no oxy, no morphine, which I can't. I'm not allowed to have morphine anymore because of the kidney failure. And I've got to tell you more about that happening in a little bit. But I want to go back to hydrocodone, but more because I don't like the way the oxy makes me. It makes me feel like a junkie. It makes me feel sluggish and just numb. I can't think. I can't do anything to speak of. And hydrocodone is like my go. Is like, I take them as like go pills. So I can go on the hydrocodone. So, but I'm just gonna have to tell him, and gabapentin, which is for the nerve pain in my legs from fibromyalgia. I'm not on any pain medication at the moment other than the gabapentin, and it's it's not a big deal. Anyway, but the kidney thing, it really was a miracle because I went in dying. I think my blood sugar was like 9, and my blood pressure was incredibly low. And I really came close to dying. And the thing is they thought I was out, and I wasn't. I was conscious in a way that I couldn't open my eyes and respond, but I could hear everything. I could hear what they were saying about the pain doctor. I could hear what they were saying. I couldn't tell them what medications I took. It was so, I mean, I was so out. And I went in and then was in ICU for 2.5 days, and with massive amounts of saline going through my system, which has had an after effect of everything smelled and tasted like glue or something. I couldn't eat for days. I couldn't drink. I smelled like it. I couldn't get the smell out, and it was because of the saline. And uh, but I went from almost dead to my kidneys being healthy, having healthy levels in 2.5 weeks, and that was astonishing because they were sure that I was going to have dialysis and all this other stuff, you know. And then there were changes in a lot of my medications that were more kidney friendly from my primary doctor, and then the defensive, doctor. Anyway, Dr. Salim at Advanced Spine and Pain in Little Rock, Arkansas. Avoid him like the plague. He also did a procedure on my back that he screwed up and made my back even worse. So, yeah. No. I'm going into the new doctor with an attitude and telling him what's what, and it's not going to be yes sir, or yes sir, yes sir. It's going to be, this is how it is, this is what I like, this is what I don't like, you know. And if he won't work with me, well, I'll just have to figure something else out, won't I? I'm extremely frustrated with the fibromyalgia right now because, just like the kidney failure, I essentially went in the hospital, got medical treatment, and kicked its ass, right? That's what we do in my family. The women in my family do that. We can kick cancer's ass, uh, heart attacks, strokes, diabetes, all kinds of diseases. We kick their ass. Because we get proper medical treatment and we recover quickly. We recover quickly from surgeries. I mean, I'm always, doctors are always, and medical staff are always amazed at how fast I recover and ready to go and getting rowdy and stubborn and wanting to go and do stuff and move and get out of bed and all that stuff when I've been in the hospital. And that's what we do. We kick stuff's ass. But the problem is fibromyalgia doesn't have an ass yet. No one's found it. So all they do is treat all the symptoms with a box full of pills. I literally have a box full of pills. Some of them are vitamins and natural supplements. Okay. Some of them are over the counter for like my allergies. But that's me every day. That box of pills is me every day. And I'm sick of it. I feel like a junkie. I don't want to be a junkie. I didn't feel like a junkie when I was on hydrocodone, but I did when I was on the oxy. And the oxy wasn't any more effective than the hydrocodone. This is on my mind really badly because this morning I woke up, walked in my kitchen to make some breakfast, and within less than a minute went from fine to face down on the floor from low blood sugar. And I hadn't passed out from my blood sugar since the very first time it happened when I first started having hypoglycemia. And I was there alone and scared and fighting not to give into it. But something in my head just kept saying, it's okay to give into it, but it wasn't. And luckily I had a Capri Sun I had a Lunchable, and it had a Capri Sun in it that I didn't drink. And I don't keep the sweet stuff and soda or anything, or even juice in my house, because of, it's just, I'm a sugar junkie. So I've since the kitty thing, I've been modifying my diet. Obviously I've gained weight. You can tell. Well, when you are on morphine and oxy, all you do is lay around, and it actually gave me the munchies, and I ate too much. So ate wrong too, and over time I've gained weight. So I do have this cool T-shirt that it is the epitome of my '80s experience. But it's a little big. It's fine though. I like big. I like loose. Um, but and I know I look like hell, but that's okay. I've earned it. Anyway, so um, I I don't know what else to say. Except today was very scary, and I've got so many scabs and bruises and injuries from passing out and falling, and I'm beat up. I'm beat up on the inside. I'm beat up on the outside. I feel like I'm 80. I want a cure. I want them to figure out the true basis of fibromyalgia, and I want a cure, or at least an effective treatment. It's not fair. What am I supposed to do with an illness that doesn't have an ass to kick medically? That all you can do is be given a string of drugs that leaves you strung out and useless. So that's the end of my rant, story, whatever, and update, I guess. Hey, don't stop believing. Bye, guys.